Time for Dodger baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
And Turner in the air to center field. That ball's hit well. Martinez on the run. This is way back, and it is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Dustin Turner.
And for the second consecutive season, the Dodgers are going to the World Series.
As Bellinger hammers the ball, it's Bellinger's turn. A knockout in 19. A seventh consecutive division title for the Dodgers. Mookie's throw right on the money. Oh, Mookie.
Welcome into the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Don't forget to mash that heart button for Corey Seager, AJ Pollock, and Dustin May. The Dodgers get it done tonight. They get past the Padres, win 5-2, and improve their record on the year to 8-4. They're now second place in the NL West. We're going to break down all of tonight's action, but you know how we get things kicked off here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Give me all your tags and your cities and zip codes and area codes. Throw those into the comments. I have a lot to get into tonight, so we're going to get right into the action. So jump right into these comments. Here we go, guys. Big win for the Dodgers. They come from behind to get past the Padres. Dustin May, like I said, Dustin was Maysmerizing tonight. It was his best outing by far for Dustin May. He goes 6 strong, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and a career-high 8 punch-outs for Dustin Mania. But we've got a lot to get into, but let's get into these comments. Like I said, first thing you do, give me your city, give me your zip code, and then hit me with your fire Dodger takes. Here we go. We got Poke, Dustin May, Anthony Brown. Why is it blacked out? I still don't even enjoy the game anymore. Anthony Brown, we got to get to the bottom of that. We got Nick El Guapo. Dustin May looked nasty tonight. He did. Dustin May, by far his best start as a Dodger. He was confident out there. He had his command. He was punching out guys. He was missing bats. And his stuff is electric. There's no question about it. Dustin May has frontline starter potential, and he flashed it tonight. Like you said, East Bay Raider. May is a rising star. Joseph, let's go San Diego. We got Poke. Cody is coming back. Like I said, Corey Seager, he sparked the Dodgers offense today, did Corey Seager. That offense was getting no hit by Lamed for about 6 innings right there. He goes 5 2/3 innings, gets 2 hits eventually, 2 strikeouts, and he wasn't even very efficient on the night. He throws 84 pitches, 51 of them strikes, but that Dodgers offense, they were anemic early, and then thanks to Corey Seager, who's been carrying this Dodgers offense all season long, he steps up again, and like I said, it is going to be a Corey book season for Corey Seager this year. You're seeing it, another big night for Corey Seager. Even the out he got, he still hit the ball hard. And hey, Doug from No Mo FOMO, by the way, if you have not, give me your zip code, give me your city, electric from Poe. We got Santa Monica from Jay. What up, Santa Monica? Luis from the 92703. Go Blue from Jay. No Mo FOMO. Thank God we won today. Pollock, big night. AJ Pollock. Jeffrey Aguirre. Yes, AJ Pollock. He comes off cold off the bench. And A.J. Pollock, he comes through clutch for the Dodgers. He mashes left-handed pitching, and you saw that tonight. He comes in for A.J. Pollock. He goes 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs on the night. He smokes that double, and he comes through with the home run, his 3rd of the year, the 3rd on the road trip for A.J. Pollock. And another 2 RBIs, a double. He is slugging is A.J. Pollock. So a great night for A.J. Pollock. We got Oceanside, California Facebook user Roland Howard, the 619 Chula Vista's in the house. Nick El Guapo watching from Phoenix, the 602. Jansen looks good, though. Yeah, give Kenley Jansen some credit. He comes in late. He's throwing strikes, getting soft contact. That cutter had some action on it. So Kenley Jansen is definitely going in the right direction. Still getting that velocity up there. He's another guy that benefited from that drive line trip he made in the summertime. So, yeah, great showing for Kenley Jansen. An efficient 1-2-3 inning to cap things off for the Dodgers. Kenley Jansen, 1 innings pitched tonight, 11 pitches, 9 strikes. So that's the number you look at for Kenley Jansen, and he's a guy who's made it very clear that he wants to be the closer of this team, and he wants those high leverage situations, and he had an opportunity tonight to get the save, and he gets his 3rd save of the year. So mash that heart button for Kenley Jansen. If you're on Facebook, be sure to share the show so all your Dodger friends can join in on the action. If you're on Twitter, retweet it. Mash that like button for Corey Seager, A.J. Pollock, and Dustin May, his best start of his career. Dustin May, let's get back into the action, guys. Keep firing away. Patrick Gagne from the 91748 in the SGV, the San Gabriel Valley. I know all about the 626. Pollock winning today against the Padres was so important. Pollock coming in with the fire, Padre burn. You love to see it. Hey, man, like I always say, the Padres, the Dodgers have dominated them for quite some time. Since 2014, the Dodgers are now 78-38 since the Padres last year. Last year, they won 13 of 19 from the Padres. You know what I always say? The Dodgers are the Padres' Padre, okay? So the Dodgers go down there. They took care of business. And look, that Padre, look, the Padres are going to be, I'm calling them the pain in the ass Padres this year because that's what they're going to be. The bullpen is not living up to its billing. They were supposed to have this strong bullpen. You saw last night, Cody Bellinger got one deep on Yates. You saw tonight what the Dodgers did to that bullpen. They were stymieing that bullpen. They get Stammen out of the game. They get a run on Hill, a run on Johnson, and they're working that pitch up. They're working that pitch count up on Hill. He throws 30 pitches, 17 strikes. So the Dodgers, they were disciplined at the plate, working that count up, going through that bullpen, and they were trying to make mincemeat of it. Didn't put up too many crooked numbers on that bullpen, but that was definitely the mentality for the Dodgers. And then Johnson, he comes in, he goes an inning, gives up 2 hits and an earned run, a strikeout. That is where the Dodgers did damage, got some much-needed insurance runs. We're going to break the entire game down, but if you have not, give me your city, your zip code. Show me where you're representing Dodgers Nation from tonight. Tim Rogers, the Dodgers jersey king himself. Dodgers took advantage of mistakes with some key hits. Not bad for a lineup of 2 auto outs. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, the auto outs. Definitely are talking about Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes, not a very good showing again for Austin Barnes. Heading into tonight, Austin Barnes now 0 for his last 13 on the year. And a tough night for Austin Barnes. Strikes out, swinging, strikes out on the foul tip. He hits that dribbler. Not a lot of hard contact. Look, I look at the cardboard cutouts in the first couple rows, and I think they could give you a better at-bat than Austin Barnes sometimes. But, hey, he made that great snatch at the end there on that pitch where there was a little bit of a cross-up between Treinen and Austin Barnes. He made that nice snatch. That could have gotten the Padres closer. But, yeah, definitely a big night for the Dodgers, getting that win and coming from behind after not looking so good in last night's loss. But here we go. We got Larry Daw from the 9. By the way, go check out, follow Tim Rogers on Twitter. He's got the greatest. He's the Dodgers prospect guru, Dodgers 2080. This guy, if you want to know about prospects, he's your guy. Go follow him on Twitter, Tim Rogers, SD Dodger. So, that's in your neck of the woods, SD Dodger. Larry Daw from the 95666. We got Nick excited about Pollock's start. Yeah, A.J. Pollock, you have to be thrilled with A.J. Pollock's start. Look, last year he comes back from that elbow injury, and he hit 313 for a while, and then the wheels fell off in the postseason where he had 11 Ks. But this A.J. Pollock, you throw him against lefties, he's a guy who can get hard. He's getting hard contact all season long, and he is hitting the ball with authority. A.J. Pollock on the year, 3 home runs, 3 on this road trip alone. He went deep against his old team in the Diamondbacks, and now A.J. Pollock on the year, he's hitting. So A.J. Pollock, he's about a little over 320 on the year, close to OPSing over 1,000 now. 3 home runs for A.J. Pollock, 9 hits on the year, and he has been a pleasant surprise. Considering everything he's gone through, you have to feel great for A.J. Pollock. Had the coronavirus, had a daughter born prematurely. He thinks about sitting out. His wife says, no, you don't want to see the Dodgers winning the 2020 World Series without you. And he says, hey, pack my bags. I'm playing this year. And he's gotten off to a great start. So mash that heart button for A.J. Pollock, and he came through in a critical situation. Like I said, A.J. Pollock really got things, or Corey Seager really got things kicked off for the Dodgers tonight offensively. In the clutch situation, Cody Bellinger got the first hit off of Lamet today, but A.J. Pollock gets the insurance run. But let's break this down. But let's jump into some of these comments a little more, and then we're going to break down the game. Reppin' Tustin, by the way, home of Sean Green. Hey, I was just watching 2004 NLDS Game 3. Sean Green, 2 bombs. One of my favorite players growing up. You got to love Sean Green. Alvin Duran. From Lynn Brown, the Q-Flat Chico. Hey, I'm not going to run on you if you're from Chico, if you know what I mean. From the 95973, get a grip, Barnes. Hey, like I was saying on the last show, not going to go too hard on Austin Barnes because Will Smith, he's gone 3 for 19. He's batting 158, but he can slug a little better, right? A home run, a double. You're going to get a better – there's more of a potential for slugging with Will Smith behind the plate. But, hey, I'm giving him credit. Austin Barnes, if he does one thing at an exceptional level, he did get rocked by Tatis. Like I was saying, my friend Ed's Life Journey, he tweeted out Ed's Life Journey. He did the logo for the show, big Dodger fan, Dodgers Nation graphic design artist. He said, hey, Russell Martin would not have dropped that ball. What do you guys think about that? Would Russell Martin have held on to that ball when Austin Barnes got rocked a little bit? But, hey, called a great game for Dustin May, and that's consecutive. He caught Clayton Kershaw. He caught Dustin May. So give him a lot of credit out there. And what about that pitch? That pitch by Dustin May out there was absolute sorcery. Did you see that pitch by Dustin May? Just ridiculous stuff from Isaac Garza. Big Red was nasty fire. Awesome to watch him pitch. Seager and AJ bats are hot. Fire emoji, baseball emoji. Go Dodgers from San Antonio, Texas. Lillian, living in Giants country, NorCal, but repping my boys in blue. Always. That's what I'm talking about, Lillian. East Bay Raider, go blue from G-Nats, I love it, from territory. Adam what up, Adam? Turner in the clubhouse celebrating his broken ball record with ice. Exactly. We need a T-shirt, a parade, something to commemorate Justin Turner setting the Dodgers franchise record. I believe that's his 73rd time that he was hit by a pitch, and he says, hey, I want that ball. And Justin Turner, like I always said, Justin Turner has been hit by more pitches than the Shark Tank judges, and he gets hit by a pitch tonight. And I thought that was hilarious, Adam. Exactly, yeah, man. He's in there popping champagne, celebrating right there. So Daryl from Garnerville, Nevada, Marcos from Marcos Perez, 90304. They need to play Will Smith more. Come on. Yeah, I think Will Smith is a guy who's gotten off to a slow start. There's no question about it. And Dave Roberts said earlier in the year that he expects Will Smith to get 3 to 5 starts a week. And Austin Barnes, clearly on the offensive end, is not giving you much. At some point, it's like, why does he even have a bat up there? He just goes up there, and it's not a good look for Austin Barnes. But, hey, I'm not going to fault him too much because the reality is the Dodgers can still score runs and they can still be explosive and put up crooked numbers and average over 5 runs a game without Austin Barnes. But still, hey, it's like, why do we even have the DH, right? If Austin Barnes is up there, it's practically the pitcher batting. But, hey, look, Austin Barnes, he catches a great game, and I'm rooting for Austin Barnes. That's all I got to say. Here we go. Cody Bellinger plays a lot better when he focuses on getting on base. From Poke Jayhawk from the JD85. Best way to help Belly out of a slump is to give him change positions every inning. Geez, yeah, that's the versatility of Cody Bellinger. You saw that play. He saved the game the other night in center field with that great grab. He's a guy who can play Gold Glove level first base. There's really no position out there that Cody Bellinger can't play, but I think he's the most valuable at center field. He's got the UZ score, he's got the range, he's got the arm. I think he's fine at center field, and I think it gives the Dodgers some cohesion on defense. So I think that he's totally fine on center field, especially when you got other guys that can man first base. But here we go. Corey Seager has been playing like an MVP contender for the Dodgers. No question about it. Corey Seager has been the star for the Dodgers. Like I said, he's going to have a Corey book season for this Dodgers team, and you love to see it. The injuries, the Tommy John, the hip injuries, those were tough injuries, and on the road trip, Corey Seager now after tonight. Corey Seager tonight, Corey Seager has that one hit, and on the road trip that puts him at 16. That puts him at 11 for 29 on the road trip. 11 for 29 on the road trip. Going into tonight, hitting 407, 462. His first at-bat had the ground out. He smoked one on the second at-bat, and he had that single in that 2-run single that really got things going for this Dodgers offense. But here we go. Go Los Angeles Dodgers. Jesse Seager is the Dodgers super weapon. Verdell, Newsom, nice win. Glad to see May keep his composure and give the team a chance to come back. That's a great point, Verdell. Dustin May wasn't pitching with the lead all night. Dustin May had to keep the Dodgers in it when this offense was not getting it done, and he did a great job in doing so. Dustin May, you're talking about a guy who goes out there and he was precise. He had impeccable command out there. And let's break down Dustin May's performance a little bit. So Dustin May, he goes on the night. He goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts for Dustin May on the night. 82 pitches, and Dustin May. Look at the first. You got to look at the first pitch strikeouts. That's the first pitch strikes. That's one of the first things I look at with Dustin May. And tonight on first pitch strikes, Dustin May, he goes 16 for 19 on first pitch strikes. Lots of swing and miss, over 10 swing and miss pitches, and he got them in big moments. So he comes out in the first inning, and you saw him. He was pounding the zone with strikes in the first inning. 11 pitches, 9 strikes to get things kicked off. You saw that improved command, and he was masterful with some of those pitches. So he got that. So he comes out in the first. He gets the soft contact to get Tatis on that infield single. Great play by Justin Turner. By the way, mash that heart button for Justin Turner, not only for becoming the all-time Dodgers hit leader. Man, hey, can imagine he's got to thank all those bruises, all those HBPs, and he's now the number 1 in Dodgers history, Justin Turner. But, hey, he's also playing a great third base this year. A lot of people saying, hey, he's lost a step at third. I think he took that personal. I think Justin Turner said, hey, everyone thinks I should move to second, maybe move to first. Now we're saying, hey, I can still play some nice third base, and he's showing that early on this season. He makes a great play in the first, and then Dustin May, he strikes out Grisham swinging that right to left with that late break. That was just some nastiness from Dustin May in that pitch. Then he gets Manny Machado swinging, and if you look at that sinker, I mean, that sinker has to be, right, the best pitch, and one of the best pitches in baseball. As far as sinkers goes, it's averaging about 1.5 feet of movement. And to me, that sinker is just ridiculous. You saw it on this all night long. It was getting soft contact. It was getting swing and miss. That sinker moves more than a military family, and that to me is one of the best pitches in baseball. Dustin May getting it done, and like you said, he was composed. Let's get some more in here. The 805, Brian Roberts, Randy Jones, Machado should have been tossed for swearing at the first base umpire for calling strike 3. Hey, Manny Machado did not like that call. Manny Machado was talking smack to one of those guys last year, saying that the Padres were going to get a World Series before the Dodgers. Are you serious? You haven't made the postseason since 2010. They've been socially distancing with the postseason for over a decade now, and you're going to get a World Series before the Dodgers, Manny Machado? I don't think so. But, hey, I'm not mad at Manny Machado. Got his money, $300 million, and we ended up with Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, who is the real Charlie Hustle, right? A guy who legs out a ground ball, a guy who's a tear on the base pass. So, yeah, I think that, hey, I would throw him out there. Why not? We got Latree Spence. This was a needed win after last night. Great offense and great pitching. And AJ is coming alive with the hitting. Go for the series win tomorrow, boys. Exactly, Latrice. Daryl, we should be playing a lot better against them. We seem to be squeaking the wind out. Nevertheless, we are winning. Go Dodgers from the 8-9-4-6-0. Trade Austin Barnes. Philip Ortiz, what could you get for Austin Barnes? I mean, maybe a bag of Cracker Jacks and a better parking space. No, Austin Barnes is a guy that the whole locker room respects. You ask any Dodger player, who, if you want to get thrown into a cage with someone, who would you not want it to be? I guarantee you a lot of them would say Austin Barnes. He has tenacity. He's competitive. He's got fire to him. To me, hey, let's go easy on Austin Barnes for now, okay? Let's go easy on him for now. But here we go. Machado was so mad when he struck out in the 8th inning. East Bay Rider, bring up Ruiz, please. No more Barnes. Interesting idea. I don't hate that idea. Keep Keibert Ruiz, to me, has the highest ceiling. But I think that Will Smith, don't sleep on Will Smith. He's gotten off to a slow start. He's gotten the ball in the air. And the thing about Will Smith, too, he really hasn't been a strikeout machine. If you look at Will Smith on the year, he has struggled mightily. There's no question about it. Slow start for Will Smith, but I think he needs more reps. I think Will Smith, 2 hits on the year, a home run, and a double. So at least he's slugging when he's hitting, but only 3 strikeouts. So only 3 strikeouts for Will Smith. So I think he needs more opportunities out there, and that's what I want to see before we consider bringing in a guy like Keibert Ruiz, who has no experience at the big league level. So you're bringing up a guy, a touted prospect to the show in a 60-game season. I don't think that's a very good idea. You got to go with Will Smith or Austin Barnes, or you sign Russell Martin. To me, that's the move right there, just to have him in the locker room. But here we go. Daniel, the 505 Albuquerque. Go Dodgers. Pollock on fire. The Pollock we all wanted to see. Great point, Daniel. That is the Pollock we all wanted to see. A.J. Pollock, when he signed with the Dodgers, hey, his year before the Dodgers, lots of hard contact. He was barreling balls, and the Dodgers, they bought low on A.J. Pollock. A.J. Pollock, look, he receives that contract, a 4-year deal, $60 million guaranteed, and if he plays like this, he is a bargain at that price. You are getting an all-star caliber player in A.J. Pollock, a former all-star, playing like an all-star right now, and he's come through in the clutch for the Dodgers this season. 3 home runs, and tonight he comes off the bench for Jock Peterson, gets 2 hits, a double, and a home run, a much-needed insurance run. From Ed, the 87120 original. Derek, what a game. From Sydney, Australia. Remember, it's not Dodgers Nation, it's Dodgers Nations. My man Derek checking in from down under. I love it. Ed from the 87120 original. Thanks, Doug, at Dodgers. There you go. There's my man Tim Rogers, the guru when it comes to prospects. It's 2080. The reason the Dodgers 2080, he knows about who will be playing for the Dodgers in 2080. That's how far ahead Tim Rogers is when it comes to these prospects. Daryl Jowers, the 89460. Go Dodgers. We got Ryan Moore. I was about ready to play in traffic until the 6th inning from Ryan Moore. It's a great point. Yeah, let's look at that 6th inning. That was the difference in this game. So the 6th inning, Jock comes out, and look, I love that play. He's had as a no-hitter, and Jock Peterson wants to lay down the bunt. But, hey, you got the shift on. There is no issue with that. That is not in bad taste considering the shift. Jock soft ground out attempt. The Dodgers went in. And the thing, too, is with Lamet, they knew that he was going to come in with his slider, but his most effective pitch was that fastball. He was effective with the fastball all night. And then Cody Bellinger. Then Justin Turner gets hit by a pitch, like my man Adam pointed out, the all-time leader in HBPs now in Dodgers history. We need something to commemorate. We need a T-shirt. Maybe we should get like a Band-Aid for Justin Turner, a commemorative Band-Aid for setting the all-time record. But Cody Bellinger, he gets up and he ends Lamet's no-hitter bid with a single on an 0-2 count. So a great piece of hitting by Cody Bellinger, a base hit. It gets past Garcia, and a great at-bat for Cody Bellinger, and he looks much better at the plate. Mash that heart button for Cody Bellinger. Off to a very slow start this year, but he looks like he's turned a corner. Got the home run yesterday, goes 2 for 4 tonight, and Cody Bellinger looks much more comfortable at the plate. And he gets that single, and he gets that. No, he goes 2 for 5. I'm sorry, my bad. Correct me, my bad. He goes 2 for 5 tonight, does Cody Bellinger. Now raises his average to 184. So he gets on a hot streak like that, he'll be hitting 260 and rising. So Cody Bellinger, I'm not worried about him taking much better swings, looks more relaxed at the plate, and he gets the single. And a great at-bat. He falls behind 0-2, 2 straight foul balls, and he gets the base hit. That brings up Corey Seager, who's been hotter than fire, and that puts him up with runners at first and second with 2 outs, and then Corey Seager with a big league at-bat. 2-2. It was a great take. He didn't chase on that slider with 2 strikes. Fouls off the next pitch. Then he lays off that slider inside to load the count. Fouls one off. A 9-pitch at bat. And the payoff, he lines one to the left. And Corey Seager comes through like he has all year for this club. And then he heads up base running. So great send by Dino Ebel on that play. And then he scores from first. Almonte bobbled the ball. And Mejia couldn't catch the ball cleanly. And Turner and Bellinger scored on the play, tying things up at 2, and that was it for Lamet. So getting Lamet into the stretch, too, was big in that inning. They get him in the stretch. He was not as comfortable out there, and the Dodgers, they put up 2 runs on him, and he was out. He got the hook. So Grisham's mishap really, really hurt them tonight. Grisham, who you know his mishap famously last year, what happened, it led to a World Series champion. That mishap, that allowed Cody Bellinger to score, and that evened things out. But back to the comments, and then we'll break down the game more after that. Dustin May was great tonight. Dustin May, his most efficient, his best outing as a Dodger starter tonight against the Padres. He gets the win. Dustin May, 1-0 on the year, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. And 2 of those pitches, I mean, Dustin May was getting soft contact all night. He was getting punch-outs, a career-high 8 strikeouts. And 2 of those pitches, the one where Tatis hit it into right field, that was a really good pitch. It was down the way, and Tatis just kind of slapped it into right field. And then that was a good relay, too. Jock to Muncy, he makes the throw, and then Austin Barnes just could not hold on to it. Reminded me of Dez Bryant in the NFC Championship game a couple years ago, or in the playoffs a couple years ago. He just couldn't hold on to it, and then on the other play, it was a mistake. On that cutter, just hung it there, and Cronenworth gets the bomb on him. So a lot of effective pitches. He was Sean Green was the blank from Sean Sanchez, Joe Perez, Fullerton, the 9-2-8-3-1. We got Pokey. The Padres bullpen is whatever compared to the Dodgers' elite bullpen. Yeah, give some love to the Dodgers bullpen tonight. I've been saying it all year. 2020 is the year of the Dodgers bullpen. Yes, they had a hiccup against Arizona, and last night Gratterall gave up a couple runs. But all in all, this Dodgers bullpen going into tonight, you got to look at the batting average against hitters. Opponents were hitting 188 against this Dodgers bullpen. A lot of soft contact. The peripherals will tell you that they're not giving up rocket shots. So give the Dodgers bullpen a lot of credit. Tonight, Pedro Baez, he comes in the 7th. He gets the first 2 outs. Was working his change, gives up an infield hit to Garcia. Didn't have great command, but he was very effective with his changeup tonight. And then he gets Mejia to ground to first, and Baez gets the scoreless inning on a slider. So a nice job by Baez in the 7th. And then in the 8th, was really a big run for Blake Treinen. So Blake Treinen, this was a big bounce back game for Blake Treinen because, hey, he's still trying to get through last year's season where things really fell apart with him after having such a great year in 2018. Last year, he gets replaced by Hendricks with the A's, and the Dodgers signed him to a 1-year, $10 million deal. So Andrew Freeman, he's not going to give out that kind of money. He's not going to sign a guy to $10 million if he doesn't think he can produce for this club. And then he gives up 4 unearned runs against the Diamondbacks. So, yes, it was because of that Justin Turner error, but he comes out tonight. He gets Tatis swinging, and then Naylor steals second. Oh, he hits Naylor, then he gets Tatis swinging, and then Naylor steals second. And by the way, that team, you got to give them credit. On the base pass, they lead the league in steals. Naylor got a great jump. And then the next play, they get crossed up with Barnes and Treinen. And as I said, give it to Austin Barnes. A nice snatch right there. They meet at the mound, and they figure things out. And the other thing, too, about Blake Treinen, he was facing the meat of that Padres lineup, and he took care of business. A 9-pitch at-bat from Treinen. He gets Grisham on a sinker that just snuck back in there. A great pitch from Blake Treinen. He gets that K. And then he gets Machado on that check swing where Manny Machado was trying to get an early exit, a head start on his post-game shower, right? Because he was talking a little smack to that umpire, but he gets him on that check swing and give him credit. He battles out there. Didn't have his command where he wants it to be ultimately, but Blake Treinen, he allows the leadoff batter with a hit batter. And then, he allows the leadoff hitter on and gets out of the inning, and then he strikes out the side. So Blake Trinan, that was the key inning, because if they were going to do damage, it was in the meat of that lineup, and he took care of business right there. And then Kenley Jansen, he comes in the ninth. He throws strikes. And, that cutter, nice action to it. He goes 1, 2, 3, and the Dodgers get it done. So the bullpen, they showed out once again like they have for most of this season. Look, even on nights where they haven't come through, you got to give them credit, because it's not like the starters are going deep into games. Kershaw, he goes pretty deep. I think he goes 5 2/3 innings. Ross Stripling is the only Dodger starter to make it into the 7th. So you haven't had very many innings eaters from this starting rotation, and the bullpen, they have picked up the slack early in this season. But back to the comments, guys. Keep firing away. Give me your hottest Dodger takes. Fire them away. By the way, give me those fire Dodger takes, guys. Give me your city and zip if you have not. Who you guys give player of the game to? Let me know who's your player of the game for tonight. I think for me, I have to go with, even though statistically A.J. Pollock had a better night with the double and the double in the home run, I'm giving it to Dustin May. Dustin May, he kept the Dodgers in it earlier. Dustin May was alive and well in San Diego tonight, and without Dustin May, that could have gotten away from him. Not getting very much from the offense. He goes out there, pitches 6 strong innings, gives up 2, and let's see, who's your player of the game? You could go with Corey Seager. You could go with Dustin May. You could go with A.J. Pollock. You go with Grisham for the Padres if you want. No, but here we go. Code Red is crazy good. He could surpass Buehler to become Cy Young for next season. But the thing about Dustin May is, tell me what was up with Dustin May and his sorcery on this pitch. Look at this pitch from Dustin May. I'm going to get a little sip of water here. Check this out, guys.
Kicks and fires another 0-2 and 99-mile-per-hour two-seam.
What was that about? How would you guys describe that play in one word? I'm giving it sorcery from Dustin May, because, hey, the way his stuff can move, like I said, he was working his cutter tonight, and the cutter was really his swing and miss pitch. But here, back to the comments, guys. Steve Cronin, shout out from my homeland, California. Is this the year for the rings? If you ask me, I'm saying it's going to be the year every year until we win the ring. But you add Mookie Betts. You saw Mookie Betts. I think he's 10 for 25 on this road trip so far. He's really picked it up. Lots of hard hit balls. He's second only behind Corey Seager in hard hit balls this year. And he was hitting 400 on this road trip. So you add that to a team that won 106 games, a team with so much depth and talent. I'm still going with the Dodgers to win the World Series this year. What do you guys think? JT was pretty bad on defense. He is so much better this year from Tim Rogers. Yeah, I think he took the memo, because, look, you saw he had lost a couple steps out there. He was looking like a garden gnome that just wasn't moving, right? But then this year, he's getting that range back, and tonight he made a strong throw, and he really helped the Dodgers. Some nice picks by Justin Turner tonight. But here we go. JT struck out. Yeah, offensively, it's a different story for Justin Turner. He needs to get going offensively. Heading into tonight, Justin Turner, he was 4 for 28 on the road trip, hitting a .143, and on the year he was 5 for 43. Tonight, Justin Turner, he goes 0 for 4 again, 2 strikeouts. 4 left on base. So he's been up there in critical situations, has not delivered the clutch hits like we've seen with Justin Turner. The most clutch hit in Dodger history in recent memory has to be his walk-off in 2017. So you know that he's a guy who the Dodgers can count on with runners in scoring position in clutch situations. It's just not happening early on in this season for Justin Turner, which is typical for the way he gets going. We know he gets off to a slow start. That is his MO. And on the year, Justin Turner, he does need to pick it up on the offensive end. But it's good when you see guys. Look, sometimes your offense can drag down your defense and vice versa. He's a guy that's not letting it affect his play. You know Justin Turner's going to get right. And he probably did the best thing for this Dodger team, which was get the coronavirus protocols right. So even though he's not hitting, he gave the Dodgers a much-needed kick in the pants when it comes to following coronavirus protocols. Yeah, who knows? He could have saved the Dodgers season for all we know. So Justin Turner on the year so far, he's got he's hitting his average drops to 125 on the year. 4 for 32 for Justin Turner. And nothing, he's got that triple, 4 hits, one of them a triple. So he hit his 9th triple of his career against the Diamondbacks the other day. But other than that, Justin Turner is struggling at the plate. But here we go back to the comments. Mookie is a leader. Machado is lazy. I agree. Joseph Megazzeni dodged a bullet not signing Machado. Hey, I think that you're totally correct in that. I agree with you 100%. Definitely. Look, at the Dodgers, they would have probably, I don't think they would have offered it in 10 years for $300 million. I think one of Andrew Freeman's best qualities is his ability to identify talent. Hey, he saw everything. If you just look at the signing of Mookie Betts, what did Andrew Freeman say? Why did the deal get done before the first game of the season? Because Andrew Freeman saw in spring training who was the first guy to get there. It was Mookie Betts. It was a MVP, the second best, the player where only Mike Trout has more WAR than Mookie Betts since 2016, and he's the first guy to end, the first guy on the field, last guy to leave. He saw that work ethic, he saw that drive, and he saw that Mookie Betts is just a great person all in all. So I think that was a big factor. And then on the flip side, you got Manny Machado not running out that double, if you remember, in Game 4 of the 2018 World Series. So look, I have a tough time, to me, it's very complicated with Manny Machado, because without Manny Machado, did the Dodgers get to the 2018 World Series? Probably not. But a lot of Dodger fans, including myself, have always wanted the Dodgers to make that big free agency signing, to make that big trade. And it turns out Andrew Freeman was always willing to spend on the right guy. Mookie was the right guy. Manny Machado is with the Padres, a team who hasn't made the playoffs since 2010. But that Padres team, they're going to be a threat. They are a team who I think is going to be the pain in the ass Padres for years to come. They have the depth in the farm system. They're willing to spend. The bullpen is supposed to be good. You got to believe at some point they're going to turn it around. But Isaac Garza, Dustin May pitches are nasty. Great game and big strikeouts. Sometimes I wonder if Jock Boy will break down Machado's fit at the umps. That'd be good. I would love to see that. Joseph Megazzini, you notice that the crowd noise doesn't account for the fact that Petco Park is Dodger Stadium South. Joseph Megazzini speaking nothing but straight facts here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. That's a great point, because that's how you knew it was fake sound, right? That's how you know it was fake sound, because the reality is that's a 70% Dodger fan base right there. It's Dodger Stadium South, and that's how it always has been, and that's how it always will be. And what's up with their cardboard cutouts, man? Those things are freaking me out. They're like double, triple the size. They have heads like it's Barry Bonds after a Balco visit. I mean, what is up with those cardboard cutouts? But hey, you're totally right on that one. But here we go. Murrieta from Facebook user. Shout out to Facebook user. What up, Facebook user? Charles, stay up on the Fresh Prince. Yeah, I'm not giving up on Fresh Prince. Still very high on Will Smith. Patsy, go Dodgers. Way to come back from last night. Yeah, the Dodgers, that was what they did last year. That was their identity in 2019. 44 comeback wins, 12 walk-offs. This team, you saw they've scored more runs past the 7th inning than most teams in Major League Baseball. They're in the top tier in that category. They know how to score runs late. They know how to manufacture runs in pressure situations, and you have to be clutch to win 7 straight division titles and win 2 of the last 3 NL pennants. So shout out to Jansen. He's hanging in there. That's a great point. I think he's still figuring it out. He understands there's pressure on him. He understands that the days of him being the best closer in Major League Baseball, those have come and gone, but he can still be effective. He's had nice action on his cutter tonight. The velocity still hovering around 92. If he really wanted to, I think he'd get up to 94 miles per hour. So to me, it's all about command and location and not walking guys for Kenley Jansen. But yeah, Barnes needs to go. Isaac, I'm concerned about Muncy really, really struggling. Yeah, I thought that Max Muncy was going to have a better night. And the thing about Max Muncy, he did have 2 walks tonight. So he did take 2 free passes in tonight's game. But for the year, Max Muncy is having his issues. Max Muncy tonight going into, Max Muncy 5 for 29 on the road trip, hitting a $172 heading into tonight's game. After tonight, he's hitting 161, 5 hits on the year for Max Muncy, or on the road trip. So So, yeah, Max Muncy, I think he'll turn it around. I think early on we're seeing the effect of having him bat leadoff. He's clearly not the prototypical leadoff hitter. He's not a guy that's going to go on there and steal bases. He's not a guy who's going to go first to third. He's not a guy that you can count on in those situations. He's a guy that wants to go up there and mash Muncy. That's what he does. Back-to-back seasons of 35 home runs, and I think that role really hurt his confidence earlier in the season. He just was not comfortable leading off, and you see the numbers back that up. He's batting 150 at the leadoff spot, 240, a much more respectable 240 batting at in the two hole. So batting 150 in the leadoff spot and a much more respectable 240 in the two hole. So Max Muncy is another guy who tonight, Max Muncy, he goes 0 for 2, but 3 big walks. So 3 big walks for Max Muncy. Gets his average up to 191. His average at 191 drops to 191. It was at 200 going into tonight's game. But 3 walks, and you want to see that from Max Muncy. He did improve that walk rate. But here we go. Jansen is old, and Trinan got the toughest part of the lineup to help him out. Exactly. That's what I was saying, Poke. He had to face the meat of the lineup. Deborah Young, Kenley looked like the old Jansen tonight. He did look more confident out there. I think that I would have liked to see him be that effective against the meat of the lineup like Blake Trinan was. But, hey, a great outing for Kenley Jansen. Tonight he goes 1 inning, 1 strikeout, 11 pitches, 9 strikes. You can't ask for more than that from Kenley Jansen. Not many hard hit balls, and he was paying the strike zone. And you saw that cutter tonight. That cutter that was clocking in at 91 miles per hour. So if you can clock that in at 91 miles per hour with some action, then Kenley Jansen is going to be an effective closer that can get big time saves in high leverage moments for this Dodgers team. He picks up the save tonight. His 3rd save of the year. But here we go. Where can I get that shirt? You like this shirt, huh? Piensa Azul. Give me your address. I'll send you this one. It's kind of sweaty, but hey, I'll wash it for you. No, but that's a great point. Go to Dodgers Nation. I like that. A little segue here to the Dodgers Nation store. Do you see that there's a new Mookie Betts shirt? Lots of fresh gear. The Joe Kelly shirt, don't even think about that. You're going to have to buy that one on eBay for probably triple the price, because that one's sold like hotcakes. But lots of fresh gear. The Dustin May shirt, I got some below here, but you go to DodgersNation.com/shop. Gear up. I'm telling you, the freshest. I think this one might be sold out here, but I love this one. The Piensa Azul, think blue. That shirt is clean, bro, from that one full. I'm telling you, gear up, man. Don't sleep. The Dodgers Nation, the best T-shirt. Get merched up at Dodgers Nation. The best gear in the game here at Dodgers Nation. Also, go to DodgersNation.com for all the greatest Dodgers content for sure. But here we go, guys. My MVP is May and Pollock. Yeah, A.J. Pollock tonight really, really stepped up. Dustin May stepped up. Corey Seager stepped up. Here, let's take a look at the highlights tonight. First, you got the Dustin May filthy pitch to get Machado, and then Corey Seager and A.J. Pollock come through. Here we go, guys.
Kicks and fires another 0-2, and 99-mile-per-hour two-seam that broke like 2.5. Another payoff. Runners go again. Seager slices a base hit into left center to bring home Turner. Grisham bobbles the ball. Bellinger headed for the plate. Here's the throw. It is dropped. It's dropped and the game is tied. Another payoff. Pollock punches one down. Line to right up. Base hit to the lead. Pollock on his way to second with a pinch hit. Go ahead double.
So a big night for the Dodgers. They get the win. I love this comment from with some love to May from Coach. We got Retro. My MVP is May and Pollock. I saw it's gonna be May from Frankie G. I love that. Gold Slick Braves fans here. That's really cool. They call May Code Red. That's a cool nickname. I love that nickname. Code Red. Did you order the Code Red from the Jack Nicholson line? Shout out to Jansen. He's hanging in there. Deborah Young. The force is great with Dustin. Hey, I love that. Pitch with force tonight, didn't he? Seager equals clutch. Exactly. Clutch Corey getting it done. That dairy-free diet. Exactly. You need some milk. Not Corey Seager, apparently, because he is hitting the cover off of the baseball, just tattooing balls all season long. But Kershaw's overrated. Just had to sneak that one in there, Robert. Hey, Kershaw is one of the greatest pitchers to ever do it. He's one of the greatest, most dominant pitchers in his heyday, and I think Kershaw, if you want to talk about redemption arcs, no pitcher, no player in baseball history deserves a World Series championship quite like Clayton Kershaw. As great of a pitcher he is, he's an even better human being, and I think Clayton Kershaw, you love what you saw in his first outing, that fastball, the uptick in velocity, a very encouraging sign if you're a Dodger fan, and hey, I don't think that his story has been completed. I think there's a couple chapters left, and I think one of them has a World Series title in it. He should be a made man. He should have won in 2017 and been a World Series MVP, in my opinion. So there you have that. But yeah, that's your opinion, and that's what's up, man. I love it. Keep bringing it, baby. Brian, Mookie's leadership was also prominent since day one, leading the locker room, giving advice. Great point, Brian. Yeah. Justin Turner mentioned it. David Price mentioned it. Joe Kelly. They were saying that was a little out of character for Mookie Betts to step up like he did and challenge guys in spring training. He holds guys accountable. I call it the Mookie effect, the Mookie mentality, and I think it's contagious. I think there's a more of a professional, business-like, cutthroat determination with this club with Mookie Betts because you don't play baseball like that the way he does. It rubs off on you. It does, and I think you're totally correct there. Machado is better than Betts. We should have signed him. Brosy Luis, I disagree. I couldn't disagree with you any more than that. If you look at every statistical measure, Mookie Betts is a better player than Manny Machado. Manny Machado is a better player than a lot of players. I think Manny Machado is a top 15 player, possibly, maybe 15, 20. He led the league last year in grounding into double plays. What did he do tonight? He grounded into a double play, struck out twice, I think. How many times did Manny Machado strike out? I don't think this is a bad night to try to make that case. Manny Machado is hitting .217 on the year. So I disagree with that. I think Manny Machado, when he's at his best, he's a top 15, 20 player. But better than Mookie Betts? You're out of your mind to make that take. But hey, Rockies are looking like Dodger beaters. Hey, the Rockies looking good, sitting at 8-2. Yeah, how about you guys? Does anyone else think that Manny Machado is a better player than Mookie Betts? Is that Machado's burner account, bros? No, I was playing. We should have signed Machado instead of Betts from Brosy again. NSFW pitch, video game pitch. I love that. Cody stepped up big today to get Seager on the plate, to get those RBIs in the 6th inning. Hello from Calgary. I love it. Richard Cotter from Canada. Bryant, people forget Kershaw as World Series MVP, maybe Jock, if it wasn't for the Astros. Yeah, I mean, I think Kershaw, based on his seniority, based on his history, if he had shut out the Astros in that Game 5 after pitching a scoreless or having a masterful performance in Game 1 with 11 strikeouts, no walks, I think so. Machado was a strikeout machine. Deborah Young, you look like a thick blueberry. I love that, man. I look like a thick blueberry, man. I love blueberries. Great antioxidants, a healthy fruit. Hey, man, I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I take that as a compliment. Not even close reference MVPs. Good game by Bellinger, Seager. Mookie way better than Manny. Mookie. There you go, Loner. Mookie is better than Manny plus Puig. I think that take is on the money right there. Daniel, I'd take Betts over Machado any day. Betts is an amazing baseball player, leader. Most importantly, Betts is an incredible person. I think all of that, all the above, big yeses across the board there. Yeah, I think Mookie Betts, like I said, you look up franchise player in a dictionary, and it's a picture of Marcus Lynn Betts. Fun fact you probably already know is his initials are MLB, Marcus Lynn Betts. So no way is Machado better than Betts from Ben Sanchez. Roger, yeah. Mentally, Betts is light years of Machado. Look, I mean, come on, man. That's like, yeah. I don't like, comparing Mookie Betts, the disrespect of Mookie Betts, to put him in the same sentence as a Manny Machado. I just don't agree with that comparison. It's ridiculous. Mookie all the way from Charles. Patrick Gagne. Betts was a great pickup. He wants to win a World Series title with the Dodgers. Machado went where the money is with San Diego. Exactly. He chased the dollars, and I don't think the Dodgers, they had their test drive, and they told the car dealership, no, we're good. We're good. We don't want to buy here. They saw Mookie Betts, and they didn't even have him see him. They test drove Mookie Betts, not even for a game. They said, hey, we'll take it. They just signed Mookie Betts on the spot, and, I think that says a lot. Dustin May, Santana, Tony Smokes, Buehler, and Josiah Gray are our Saints. F yourself, Astros from Facebook user. I love that one. The future, by the way, mash that heart button for Mookie Betts' good segue. Mash that heart button for Mookie Betts' middle finger because it's sore. It's been swelling. He made an appearance in tonight's game in right field. He came in defensively. But Mookie Betts, Machado is good. Betts is better. Betts is an MVP, has an MVP and a World Series under his belt. And if you look at his batting average, WAR, I mean, he hits for power. He hits for average, steal bases. He's the definition of a five-tool player. So, I'm not even – the only player in Betts' category is probably the Yelich's of the world. Or I don't think anyone's in Mike Trout's category. I'll just be honest with you. I will not disrespect the man named Mike Trout from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of California, of United States, of Universe, or whatever they're called these days. But Mookie Betts is a top-tier talent. There's no question about it. But a couple more things about tonight's game, just kind of breaking it down. Dustin May's performance, couple things. The sixth inning. Then the seventh inning, the Dodgers, Austin Barnes, he reaches on that throwing error by Stammen. He advances to second as a result. And then Doc, he opts to pinch hit for Jock Peterson with A.J. Pollock. So nice move by Doc, by Dave Roberts. He brings in A.J. Pollock in that situation. A great move, the move to make. And Pollock takes strike two on the pitch that was clearly outside of the zone. Should have been a walk, but that umpire had a massive strike zone. It was like the Grand Canyon of strike zones tonight. And he loads it to 3-2, and then Pollock fouls off the ball but the umpire strike zone, like I said, it was huge. It was bigger than the tab. Oh, never mind. And then Pollock goes the other way, doubles to right, scoring Austin Barnes from second. So great move by Dave Roberts right there. The Dodgers, they capitalized on the Padres' blunder. So 2 errors for the Padres really cost them tonight. The one right there, and that inning by Stammen, and the run by Grisham. So it cost the Dodgers, and the Dodgers take a 3-2 lead on that play. And all the Dodgers runs tonight, they came with 2 outs. So clutch hitting by the Dodgers. We haven't seen that all season long, not coming through with 2 outs. They did tonight, and then Pollock advances to third on that wild pitch. Muncy takes his second walk of the night. And then the 8th inning, Bellinger, he singles. Seager called out on strikes. Beatty was hit by a pitch the third of the night. They were hitting Dodgers all night long. And then the Dodgers added that important insurance run in the 8th with a Chris Taylor RBI single. So Chris Taylor, he's been going through it of late as well. Chris Taylor hitting .212 on the year. He comes in for Edwin Rios, and he gets that single right at the middle. That scores Cody Bellinger, and then Kike Hernandez has been putting some terrible swings on terrible pitches for the last week or so. So Kike Hernandez, he pops out to first, and then Barnes flies out, and then A.J. Pollock, he gets the solo shot. So a couple more notes. If you guys have any more hot Dodger takes, if you want Alvin Duran, Machado is a flashy talent. What are your thoughts on Cody Bellinger after he got benched from Isaac? I think, Doug, I heard Josiah Gray is coming up today. Josiah Gray. The first one about Cody Bellinger, I think it did him well. I think just hitting the reset button, taking a day off, observing the game, I think it worked wonders for Cody Bellinger because Cody Bellinger, he homered in his first at-bat. Today, he gets 2 hits, 2 for 5 today, still runs the bases. Cody Bellinger is a guy, there's nothing he can't do on a baseball field, defensively, offensively, and I think it was a much-needed break for Cody Bellinger. He's a guy, maybe the day off, he's had a chance to look at his swing. Like I said, it wasn't a complete overhaul by any stretch for Cody Bellinger. But he took the day off, and I think that it worked for him. Like, there's no question about it. Deborah Young, that ump was blind. Exactly. Poke, the ump helped both sides, both funny. You think Buehler will get right? Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. Walker Buehler, up until from the start of the season up until May, he had a 5.22 ERA, and then he pitched then he was one of the best pitchers for the last 4 or 5 months of the season. So I think Walker Buehler, the thing is, you still see the velocity. The velocity's there. It's just his command. He doesn't quite have the feel for his off-speed stuff. He mentioned that he was changing changing up on his grip a little bit on his curveball there. So I think he's still getting the feel for his off-speed stuff. And the thing is, like I said, if you watch the first show of the season, I think one thing I mentioned about Walker Buehler was you want to see him get more ground ball outs. Last year, he had a 43.1% ground ball rate, and you want to see him get more outs on the ground. He now he's tied for first with home runs allowed. He's already allowed 4 home runs. You saw he had that unique stat line like yesterday. We had 3 runs on 3 hits with 3 solo home runs while striking out only 3. So the rule of threes was in play last night for Walker Buehler, and it could have been worse. It could have been worse for Walker Buehler because he walked 3 guys. So he walked 3 guys, and he's had his moments. He's shown flashes of being Walker Buehler-ish, but he's not quite there yet. So I think that he's going to be fine. His outing against the Padres, he went farther. He went 5 innings pitched. So he did stretch that out. And you know that Walker Buehler did not throw as much in the quarantine time. There was a lot of speculation as to whether the Dodgers were even going to have a season, and I don't think he was very invested in throwing. And to his credit, he is taking his lumps early on, and the Dodgers, you know that he's going to be there when it matters most. You know Walker Buehler is going to step up in October, so that's all I worry about with Walker Buehler. We just need him to be great come October. And so if you want to look at a couple things with Walker Buehler, look at the command and look at the feel for his off-speed stuff, his cutter, his curveball, because that's where he's struggling at the moment. But here we go. Like if you saw that play, just kind of looking back at that home run, that Tatis homer, that was off his knuckle curve. Myers homered off his hanging slider, and Grisham homered off his cutter. So those are some off-speed stuff. They were a little flat, and give the Padres credit. They capitalized on it. But I have no doubts about Walker Buehler. Butane is going to do his thing come October. So here we go, guys. So it's even. The good news is other teams don't have to have a starting rotation. We need better starting pitching from Jordan, Lehman, Buehler, and Kershaw are good, but the rest need some help. I think that's a fair question right there. I think there's still question marks as to whether the Dodgers have the starting pitching to get it done this year. I think that you're going to see. I think that you're going to see this Dodger team try to feel out what they're going to get from Ross Stripling. Is Ross Stripling going to continue the uptick in, or is he going to continue to throw his changeup effectively? Is he going to be a stable number 4 guy? And will Julio Urias take the next step? Because if Kershaw and Buehler are pitching like aces and Urias is stepping up, and then Dustin May can be stretched out to give you 6 in a big-time game like that, I think they do have the starting pitching potentially. And I don't think there's going to be very many trades this year. That's just my gut feeling. I'm not so positive about that. But, yeah, guys, a couple more things tonight. But I think the Dodgers do have the arms to get it done. We know pitching wins. We know that big arms play up in the postseason. And I think that if Kershaw in a shortened season where his back is not holding him back, where he doesn't have to worry about pitching 200-300+ innings, if they can preserve him all season long and he has that uptick in velocity, I think that Kershaw can be the weapon that he was in 2017 when his velocity was still hovering around 93, 94. So I definitely think that there's going to be a big they're going to sample out. There's going to be a big sample size all season with this starting staff. If there's a move to be made and they can get an elite starter for a prospect, I think that's something that they'll consider. But I think right now Walker Buehler's a top 5, top 10 pitcher. Clayton Kershaw, if he pitched like he did the other day, he's a top 10, top 15 pitcher. It's just finding that third guy, and we know Julio Urias, he can induce contact at an elite level. His stuff plays up, pitches around 96 miles per hour. I would not sleep on Julio Urias. I still expect him to find it and step into that role and be that guy come postseason. He's had his postseason success. So here we go, guys. It was a question for Spring Training 1.0. You think Peterson gets dealt for an arm? I don't think Peterson has very much value, really, considering his contract status, and it's probably going to be the last year. If there's a move to be made, I think Jock Peterson, I hope they don't trade Jock Peterson. You saw what he does at the leadoff spot, and I think that he can – look, there's going to be a game in the postseason where Jock Peterson is going to start the game off with a home run. He's got 69 home runs from the leadoff spot. So you know that at some point he's going to get one off on a righty. So I think he's still a valuable weapon. I don't think you're going to get a trade get value for that. But yeah, guys, a couple just a recap here. Dodgers get the win tonight. 5 runs on 6 hits. They get 2 in the 6th and 1. They get 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th, and they tack on another one in the 9th with A.J. Pollock's 3rd home run of the year. Dustin May, a big night for Dustin Mania. 3 hits, 2 runs, and 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk. Sorry, my screen was going out on me. And 8 strikeouts. Dodgers get the win. They improved to 8-4 in the year. They beat the Padres tonight 5-2. And a couple things, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. So head over to Twitter and Instagram, hit that follow button, and definitely subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. We're going to be coming back on Thursday with another show. So see you guys. Have a great rest of your night, and go Dodgers.